Welcome to Book Talks with Mr. Allen. Today we are talking about Kwame Alexander's The Crossover. This is a really cool book. It's told using verse, which means poems. It has a really musical quality to the book. It has like a hip-hop feel. Each chapter is a different poem, and they're written in really different ways, which is really cool. The protagonist is named Filthy McNasty. He's a basketball player, and so is his twin brother. There's some conflict between the brothers and also some adversity within the family as well, things they overcome along the way. I'm not going to give away what that adversity is because it would kind of be a spoiler, but it's an awesome, really cool book. It's a pretty fast read since it is told in poems. If you just look at the pages, you know, there's a lot of empty space here. You could really move through it quickly. But since it is such a fast read, it's nice to read one of these poems and then read it again out loud right after you've read it to yourself, just to kind of hear how it sounds. So I'm going to read one of these poems to you. I'm not the greatest slam poetry reader or spoken word poetry reader, but I will read one of the poems that kind of speaks to me, being kind of an out-of-touch old fart, because it's the protagonist talking to his dad, who's also kind of an out-of-touch old fart. So it kind of works for that. But I would urge you to go online. You could find Kwame Alexander reading some of these poems out loud, and he does a really nice job of reading his own poetry. So without further ado, here is an excerpt from the Coretta Scott King Award Honor Book and Newbery Medal winner, The Crossover. How I got my nickname. I'm not that big on jazz music, but Dad is. One day we were listening to a CD of a musician named Horace Silver, and Dad says, "Josh, this cat is the real deal. Listen to that piano, fast and free, just like you and JB on the court." "It's okay, I guess, Dad." "Okay? Did you say okay? Boy, you better recognize greatness when you hear it. Horace Silver is one of the hippest. If you shoot half as good as he jams..." "Dad, no one says hippest anymore." "Well, they ought to, because this cat is so hip, when he sits down, he's still standing," he says. "Real funny, Dad." "You know what, Josh?" "What, Dad?" "I'm dedicating this next song to you." "What's the next song?" "Only the best song, the funkiest song on Silver's Paris Blues album, Filthy McNasty." So again, that's just one short poem from this book. It's a really, really fun musical read that it's great, but it also has some sadness to it, so it's not all cheerful. It has its ups, it has its downs. It's an awesome book. You should give it a chance. That's The Crossover by Kwame Alexander. I hope you go out and read it, and if you like this book talk, click like and click subscribe. Keep on reading.